Thank you. Receiving news that you have pancreatic cancer and that it has already spread brings on a whirlwind of torn roofs, uprooted trees, cries of pain as all the branches just break around your household. This diagnosis affected my family in a very realistic and a violent storm that included the immediate change to my career, the burden of a sudden financial need, and the frightening panic as the tears poured down from my children, husband, and my eyes. It just blew us away in what I call my pancreatic cancer storm. I was a dedicated substitute teacher in my community, very proud of that. And after I got the news that I had fourth-stage pancreatic cancer, I canceled all of my jobs for the following week for teachers that I had worked with and for over 10 years. Just like that, done. No more students to breathe knowledge into. No more loud lunchrooms filled with laughter and juice boxes. No more automatic deposits of hard-earned dollars to pay for the family's bills each month. When one day you're teaching boys and girls and then the next day you're unemployed because you have limited time to get your unraveling life together. The abrupt financial need came trickling through the cracks within hours. And over the next few days, as we tried to gather and get our thoughts together for transportation, purchasing hotels, flights, food, logistics of trying to get to as many U.S. teaching hospitals as we could to cure me. That was the goal. How do we get there? Well, you gotta have the money first. Also, sitting down on my knees in the living room with two college-age sons sitting on the couch before me brought about the tantrums of the finality of life, as well as the unfairness of life when it's ending too soon. In 2008, I lost my father to pancreatic cancer. He was diagnosed in March and passed away 6 rapid months later. His was encased in his artery, so he didn't have a chance for any trials at all. My children were 12, 10, and 9 at the time that Grandpa got sick, and the storm whisked him away in such a cruel and vicious storm. But getting my diagnosis was like ripping off an 11-year-old Band-Aid. And it found us all embracing each other on the couch and the floor. And my sons cried harder than I had seen them cry in years. The storm left a lifetime impact to the basic structure of our family. My sons are now 24, 23, and 21. My eldest, Ian, who is not here tonight, he serves in the new U.S. Navy. He's on the USS Oklahoma City nuclear submarine, and he is stationed in Guam, 7,000 miles away. I don't actually know when I'll see him again or if I will. My 23-year-old now is a junior at the University of Illinois, Peyton, and he studies molecular and cellular biology with a focus on genetics. Peyton is intellectually and emotionally invested in Mom's cancer and her goal to live longer than the statistics tell us. My youngest, Camden, 21, goes to ICC, Illinois Central College in Peoria. It's a junior college, and he is studying drug and alcohol counseling. He lives with me full-time and goes to school because it's close by. And he's been my quarterback for years. He made me the football mom I am today. And consider myself a great trivia football mom, too. And Camden makes me laugh every single day. He's my rock, so thank you, Camden. We're all aware that there can be many rainbows that can lift some of these storms' burdens from patients. Some of those rainbows can come in the form of a human being. They can come as spiritual rainbows that hold you up daily, hourly. Maybe it's a physical rainbow that you see after getting news that there is a medical trial for you out there, like there was for me. Oh, man. The Ramon Foundation is one of those rainbows for my family. As a Heart of American teacher in Illinois with a modest but tolerable income, receiving support to help cost of driving to Chicago weekly, hotels several times a month, labs and appointments not covered by my HMO. It was all an enormous gift. While in an appointment with my oncologist, a social worker named Catherine came into my room at Northwestern, and she brought me an application to fill out as an encouragement for this medical trial that covered almost everything. Yet those couple of things that weren't covered were quite pricey. So I applied, writing a one-page reflection on how cancer had affected my family, not just financially, but overall everything. I received a grant to cover gasoline, food, and appointments not covered during my medical trial at Northwestern for the remaining months of 2020. Thank you. It's one of the most memorable rainbows that I will ever see in my lifetime. You all being here tonight in this room, it gives you the very specific privilege of seeing and hearing what it's like to have a storm rage into your life, tear up your house, blow things to smithereens, and leave you staring at your spouse and your children like a deer in headlights. What next? What do you do tomorrow? Where is the next rainbow for these patients? Know that you are here tonight to be a known part of the journey of curing and early detection of pancreatic cancer. You're part of it right now tonight. Bob's Encore created a rainbow for thousands of patients to enjoy after him. And I just want you to please be a part of that encore tonight. And thank you for listening to me. Have a good night. Thank you.